In this video, we are going to discuss about rising wedge pattern. Rising wedge pattern is the indication of the selling in the market. Why? Because whenever market is in the uptrend, if we see the rising wedge pattern, then there is a high probability that market will move downside. Now let's take an example here. The market, suppose this is your trend line and this is your downwards trend line, means if market is moving upside but it's creating this type of pattern, and the size of this mouth or say end of this both trend line is minimal and market is moving like this one, and if market break this trend line, then high probability that market will start moving at the downside. Now how to make an entry? If you check the example here, after the trend line breakout, if you check the syntax here, after the trend line breakout you can wait for the retest, and after the retest you can enter here. Or again, the second chance is just mark this last swing. Now here this last swing, this is the swing, enter at this position. In this syntax, enter at this position. Your stop loss must be above this one. Here your stop loss, like stop loss is here, or this swing is also fine. If you enter here, then your first target is this second swing, third target is another swing. If you take a syntax as an example, entry point is here, first target, because entry point and this is almost the same. First target is this one, second target is this one. This one in this is whatever the swing created by the market. This is the trap for the buyers. If market is moving upside from last couple of days or 2 or 3 days, then there is a high probability that we will see rising wedge pattern. We can see rising wedge pattern at the top of the market, like if market is all-time high or there is a continuous buying in the market from last couple of days. Now let's take an example from the chart itself. If I show you the chart, if you see this one, market is moving upside. Now trend line is look like this one. Now you can ask me, why you drawn trend line like this one? There is a high probability that the trend line is like this one, right? Why I not marked the trend line like this one? This trend line is also correct, and this is also rising wedge pattern. If I mark these swings, if I mark, then if you check here, market is moving in the consolidation phase only. It is not moving upside properly, because if you see the swings, it's just moving in the moving upside, coming down, moving upside, coming down at the same level. So it's a consolidation phase, and once it gives a breakout, it's retest and again down. So my entry point is at this position. Entry at this position or at this position is also fine. In my point of view, if you get some experience, then enter here. If you are a beginner, then you can enter at the retest in the sense breakout, retest and again breakout. So your entry point is here, your stop loss at above this swing, or the best stop loss is above this swing. And what is the target? Your first target is this one, second target is this swing. Let's see, this swing is almost same, so this swing, and third target is whatever the swing, the last swing created by the market. Hope you got what is meant by the rising wedge. Why it is called as rising wedge? Because market is at the rising level, that's why it is called as the rising wedge pattern. Rising wedge pattern is helpful to change our mindset towards the downside whenever it give breakout at the downside, down trend line. If you check from the last 2 or 3 days, market is just moving upside. So I saw this rising wedge pattern, and I will make an entry here. In fact, when this happened, at that time I already made entry here. That's why it's easier for me to show you this type of pattern, and I shortlisted this type of pattern because I have the experience with this at that day, like 6th, I think it's at the 6th October. I also updated this chart in my Facebook page called as Bank Nifty Learning. Also I updated the same price action in my Telegram channel on the live Indian market. This Telegram channel is helpful for the Indian people who is getting the update in the live market. So the same channel name, the Bank Nifty Learning. Now the question is where we can see this type of pattern, like when we can go for this type of pattern. It will work based in 1 minute and 5 minutes for the intraday, and for if you are the swing trader, then prefer the 1 day or more than 1 day. Both are fine, but I am personally preferring for the intraday 1 minute and 5 minutes. Whenever I saw this pattern, I will make entry at the breakout and the retest. You just need to practice each and every price action and observe each and every price action at least for 1, 2, or I can say 3 months. Then only you are able to understand the logic behind it. See, in terms of buying, like for example, whoever bought here, whoever bought here, whoever bought here, whoever bought here, their stop loss is at these positions, right? Their stop loss is at these positions. That's why their stop loss got hitting and market moving downside, and downside will come. That's the logic behind the rising wedge pattern. Hope you got my point. You just need to observe by yourself. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.